10 greatest World Cup final goals of all time. The quadrennial event have experienced many memorable goals over the years. The FIFA World Cup is football's most prestigious tournament. The best players from all around the world come together to compete for the pride of their nation. It is a tournament of high emotion, an incredible amount of energy, and everything at stake. The World Cup is never short of drama and incredible goals. These goals help write stories about the greatest of moments and are also a display of skills. Here we take a look at 10 of the best goals scored in the history of the FIFA World Cup. So now we know, it'll be Germany and Argentina who contest the World Cup final in Rio's Maracana Stadium on Sunday evening. The two teams will doubtless be looking to add another chapter to the rich history of arguably the biggest sporting event on the planet, and one which has featured some brilliant goals down the years. The likes of Thomas Müller, Toni Kroos, Lionel Messi, and Gonzalo Higuaín will all be looking to add their names to a stellar cast of players who have scored in the showpiece event down the years, but which have been the best goals. Stand by for the top 10 strikes ever seen at World Cup finals. As a result, I highly recommend seeing this video from start to finish, as you never know which of the listed careers might strike your interest. Before starting the video, smash the like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. So let's get started. Number 1, Zinedine Zidane, France, 2006. Yes, okay, it was a penalty. But it was a pretty special penalty. Just 7 minutes into what we all knew was going to be his last ever game of football, Zinedine Zidane produced this impudent chip to beat Gianluigi Buffon and give France the lead in Berlin. Marco Materazzi was to head Italy's equaliser 12 minutes later, and it wasn't to be the last time the pair would hit the headlines before Italy grabbed the trophy in a penalty shootout. Even though it's a penalty, Zinedine Zidane's strike in the 2006 World Cup final remains to be a memorable goal in one of the World Cup's most iconic matches ever. The 2006 FIFA World Cup final was Zidane's last professional match. Despite the infamous moment of his headbutt on Marco Materazzi, Zidane's performance until full time was as expected, simply spectacular. His Panenka-style penalty in the early moments of the game that narrowly crossed the goal line is one of the World Cup's most iconic goals of all time. It was a display of skill that required immense confidence. Number 2, Marco Tardelli, Italy, 1982. This is a goal more famous for the wild celebration that followed, but that shouldn't take anything away from the excellent finish of Italy midfielder Marco Tardelli against West Germany in Madrid, in 1982. Tardelli's powerfully struck effort flew past Harald Schumacher in the West German goal to put his side 2-0 up midway through the second half in the Spanish capital, in a match which they would go on to win 3-1. Of course then Tardelli charged off like a madman, securing a special place in World Cup history. Number 3, Helmut Rahn, West Germany, 1954. Wild celebrations followed this strike from Helmut Rahn, as West Germany completed their comeback from 2-0 down against the hugely fancied Hungary to lead 3-2 with 6 minutes remaining. In a match that became known as the Miracle of Bern, Rahn scored his second of the match as he cut inside and fired a left-footed effort into the bottom corner. The goal and West Germany's World Cup win were seen as crucial moments in the country post-World War II, with a 2003 film called The Miracle of Bern later depicting events thoroughly. Number 4, Ronaldo, second goal, Brazil, 2002. At the 2002 World Cup in Japan and South Korea, Brazil's Ronaldo had battled back from injury to prove his doubters wrong and drag his team to the final against Germany in Yokohama. Once there, he scored 2 second-half goals to clinch his country's 5th title, with the second coming via this slick finish following a strong run from midfielder Kleberson and dummy from Rivaldo. It was a moment that established his World Cup legend, and furthered his country's. Number 5, Benjamin Pavard vs Argentina, 2018. Benjamin Pavard's spectacular volley was the goal of the tournament in the 2018 FIFA World Cup. The French right-back's strike into the top of the box initiated the comeback in what was arguably the best match of the tournament. France went on to become eventual champions, and the result against Argentina in the round of 16 was key. Pavard, 22 at the time, truly announced himself to the world and boosted Didier Deschamps' credentials for picking him as a starter. The right-back demonstrated incredible technique and power for a goal that will go down in history. Number 6, Cristiano Ronaldo vs Spain, 2018. The FIFA World Cup is the biggest stage in football as a sport. At a tournament which is known for its big moments, who else to include if not Cristiano Ronaldo? The Portuguese superstar has a knack for being calm and collected in the biggest of moments and to always deliver. On the opening match day of the 2018 World Cup, Ronaldo did not fail to entertain as well. A stunning free kick in the final minutes of the game was one of the most iconic moments of that tournament. His free kick at the 88th minute not only completed his hat-trick but also helped Portugal equalize the score against Spain. Number 7, Diego Maradona vs England, 1986. Diego Maradona's purposeful run from inside his own half is arguably the greatest goal to have ever been scored in the history of the FIFA World Cup. The little Argentine received the ball under pressure, evaded his opponents with a deft turn and accelerated like no other. The impressive close control at such high speed with a precise finish requires a lot of skill. Very few players are capable of doing what Diego Maradona did. Moreover, to do it at the biggest stage against a team like England is even more special. Surprisingly, despite being labeled as the goal of the century, it was still not the most iconic moment from this eventful match as it was overshadowed by the hand of God goal. Argentina won the game 2-1 and went on to win the World Cup later as well. Number 8, Saifa Chabalala vs Mexico, 2010. The 2010 FIFA World Cup in South Africa is one of the most exciting editions in recent history for all the great moments and songs it gave us. Saifa Chabalala's goal in the first game of the World Cup in front of the home crowd was the perfect inauguration of the first tournament on African turf. The home side turned the ball over in their own half and hit the Mexicans with a fast counter-attack. Number 9, Pelé, first goal, Brazil, 1958. Before we reach that, though, we go back 12 years to Pelé in the final against host Sweden in Solna in 1958. The 17-year-old had scored the winner against Wales in the quarter-final and then a hat-trick in the semi-final win over France, but he outdid both goals here with a brilliant display of close control. He executed an outrageous flick over the defender and a stunning finish past goalkeeper Colly Svensson. The strike put Brazil 3-1 up, with the talented teenager later adding his second as his team ran out 5-2 winners to capture their first World Cup. Number 10, Carlos Alberto, Brazil, 1970. We're going back to 1970 for our no. 1, though, and the predictable strike from Brazil captain Carlos Alberto that put the gloss on a glorious victory for his nation against Italy. The Brazilians were seemingly determined to let the ball do the work as the clock ticked down on their final success, with Jairzinho finding Pelé to his right, before the forward's astute pass fell for his skipper to blast home his country's fourth goal of an unforgettable victory. It was a strike that said so much about the team, and a team that said so much about the country. This was all for today. I hope you liked the video. Let us know your opinion in the comment section below. Stay safe, and we will be right back soon with another video. For more information, subscribe and watch other videos from our channel.